Thank you so much for your patience over the last 10 months. It's been a crazy journey since then. We've hosted a festival, we've established our veg garden, and done so much work around the property, which we've recorded all of and are so excited to share with you as well. Now, in today's video, before all that, we're going to show you the process of how we restored the back of this building, the coach house, into a private terrace, and then finally installing the hot tub so the guests can enjoy it when they stay. Let's get into it. So we started by basically taking up the whole area at the back of the coach house, getting rid of all of the grass and beginning the process of rebuilding that wall there at the front, which was in pretty bad shape. So with the help of Rian and Tom, we got to mixing some mortar, where we used a proper mix, a heritage mix of lime and sand and so on. And we wanted to do this to keep the, original materials being used at the property. And from there then we got stuck in on the wall. So just basically taking down any of the parts which weren't good and leaving the bits that were, and then getting to work filling it in. Building up this pillar was an important piece to do as well, because it had all fallen down. And we haven't fully finished this pillar, but what we have done is gotten it to a point where from the coach house it looks nice and clean, and it's a nice clean pillar. While this was going on, we also did quite a bit of work just cleaning up some of the furniture which we'd gotten in the UK, doing some very satisfying spot washing here. From there then, we tried to build up the back of the coach house area with rubble and stone, because we didn't want to put loads and loads of expensive material in there. So just wheelbarrowing loads of stone over from a kind of rubble pile where you saw we took down a wall previously.
Said it
Yeah, this would have been, I think, the walled garden originally. Leisha and Danu here doing their best to clean up some of the furniture and get the library ready for family use, but also for guests in the future. You can see it still needs a bit of work. We've done a lot to this since, so more on that soon.
Absolutely.
Real thick and gluey.
Oh, that is gnarly. Once we'd built up the coach house area nice and flat with the rubble and bricks, it was time to start bringing in material, and our local neighbour John was very kind to come over with his John Deere and the transport box and move some of the 804 that was dropped at the front of the house round to the back of the coach house so that we can begin to level it off with this material and work towards giving it its final finish. Took quite a few loads, but as you can see, it very quickly started to come together, so we were delighted with the way it was turning out.
That was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
Here, we just got it up to where we can. We're gonna need more. I then took a quick trip to Duane's Hardware, a great place for all your materials locally. I'd highly recommend them. And we picked up some of these beams here, or railway sleepers, which we're gonna use to frame off the terrace at the back of the coach house. Wintry morning, super cold, but we cracked into the job and began to clear the second bay, as it were, on the other side of the wall there. Get rid of all that grass and clear it up. As you can see here, my brother just getting rid of some of the last bits of weeds and stuff, and it cleared up pretty well. We were able to get a lot of the material up nice and quick, and with the view of the other bay close beside us, we knew that it wasn't going to take too long to get the other side to a similar position. Around this time, as you know from previous video, my dad, Mark, brought up his David Brown tractor as well, because we kind of just realized how badly we need some machinery on site, and with the help of Dad, we got the rest of the 804 material moved up to the back of the coach house. just getting it all spread out, nice even finish on top, and kept bringing loads in. From there then, we got a plate whacker, which we rented from a local place, Domac, and used this to compact the 804, which worked really, really well. And slowly continued to bring in more material. Sadly, but unavoidably, we did tear up the ground quite a bit as we did this, but that's just part of what you have to do. It cleared up pretty quickly afterwards. Dad giving me and my brother a rundown on the tractor, and we pretty quickly got the hang of it.
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good.
After that then, we began to put down a weed-proof layer to stop weeds coming up through the terrace. It would have been awful if we'd done all this work and then it just became overgrown again. So we wanted to make sure this was a permanent terrace, permanent solution, permanent gravel there at the back. So we laid down the sheets, cut them to size, threw some stone on just to weight them down while we worked with it. And going on top of this now is the final finish, the 20mm chip, which we got from Dave Allen from Western Material Supplies. We had about 30 tons of this stuff to work with, so we were just hoping we had enough to get the job done. And as you can see, with a bit of work and a nice bit of material, it really started to come together. And we were delighted with the way it was turning out. Dropping the last few loads just to level her out. Just here! And learning a few quirks of the David Brown here as well. Because of the way the transport box lowers, you're not really able to unattach it on unlevel terrain, so we had to mess around a bit here to get that to work, but all just part of learning how to use the machinery. Back onto level ground, and then she opened fine. Lovely stuff!
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby.
And then we began putting down the railway sleepers, connecting a nice L shape here to make a step down, because the height difference in the terrain is quite substantial. So here you'll step down into this second bay where the hot tub will sit and some outdoor showers. And that way it can be used both for the guests in the coach house there on the right, whose private terrace is there, but also if we have other glamping pods or anything like that, then the idea is that people can come from those glamping pods and also use the hot tub and the outdoor shower. Just while we're getting things going, we don't necessarily have the budget for multiple hot tubs. From there then, it was a case of getting a cover onto the side of the coach house. Instead of opting for an expensive wooden or stone structure or anything like that, we actually bought a secondhand festival tent, a stretch tent from Modular Event Hire. And honestly, it turned out absolutely great. So we just put some rebar basically up against the wall, and we had a local tailor cut the tent into two and add a seam along the back end. And then using the original pieces of the tent, we were able to put it up. We then just bored some holes into the stone here and added some hooks. And that is how we fixed the stretch tent to the wall. Inside then there's more spot washing and cleaning going on of the various items we got at auction, and some of them turning out amazing. And when you think we only paid a couple of pounds for this stool, it really makes you think about buying things new. Some unit. So from there then we took delivery of the hot tub. This is a Cedar Hot Tub, which I actually bartered for a website from a company in Canada. Great guy, Brent from Satori Cedar Spas. It's a beautiful, beautiful hot tub. And they're a great company, all handmade. And fully enough, it's actually the second time I've bartered a website for a hot tub. I know that sounds crazy, but when I was renting in my last place, the same thing ended up happening to me. So when Brent offered a barter, I couldn't say no. So again, kindly our neighbor John came over and gave us a hand here, moving the hot tub from the truck down to the back of the coach house. Definitely a bit of a hairy one, this, but under the skill of John and his John Deere tractor, we had nothing to worry about. He had it all under control. You can see this is a little bit later, and that's because it is. This is much later in the year. We just wanted to wait to have this hot tub in place before we put this full video together. So we dropped it as close as we could. Oh, voila. Not too bad. Wowee. Crazy. And then, like a present, we began unwrapping her with some help from my friend Dahi. Beautiful. Jeez.
The whiskey bar.
Yeah, man. Some work's gone into that. And then we had a visit from a great woofer who we'll miss dearly. And man, Jim helped us so much with getting a few projects put together, and he was only here for 2 weeks. But the challenge here was now taking it from inside this box and getting it into its final position. So we used some old concrete posts, we leveled them off and put them in the corner where we want the tub to sit so that it could sit onto there. And then using some of the strips that were used to cushion the tub as it was shipped. We stapled them to the bottom of the tub, put down something soft, and then rolled it into position. Yeah, well, it's going to be clear. Want to be good friends. Okay. And there you have it, guys, the back of the coach house complete. Thank you so much for your continued support of this channel. Even with a 10-month break, it's amazing to see you all still commenting, sharing, and reaching out with kind words on our videos and whatnot. So again, thank you so much. We never expected even to have supporters left when we took such a break. Obviously, we didn't want to take this long of a break, but life really got very busy. When life does, you've got to really prioritize family. And obviously Dano is now 17 months old, and you know, we had to just come together as a family and prioritize our needs first and make sure that we were in a solid footing just in general before we took on too much. And obviously I have the other company that I'm running as well, and we had the festival and everything else that's going on here. But we've managed to really find a great balance now. One of our woofers, original woofers, Molly, now works for us full-time, and she's amazing. She looks after everything on the land, and that's been a huge help to us, along with all the help obviously from our friends, family along the way. So anyways, that's all for today. I just wanted to say a massive thank you and explain a little bit about why things have been a bit slower. In the next video, I'm going to give you a full tour of the entire property, showing you everything that you might not have seen yet. So it's going to be a really exciting one. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.